What's going on, guys? It's your boy Eddie Knight, hip hop artist and producer. I'm going to be talking about a website that's really going to help you out in this playlist driven field that is music nowadays. For a while, the internet didn't have gatekeepers. It was a beautiful thing. After the early 2000s, it just seemed like the internet was a wide open thing, but now it's been kind of confined and changed up by, the algorithms on different sites and different platforms and things like that. So anything we can do as independent artists, we definitely want to do that. So stay tuned. What up, people, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to For Artists by Artists, episode 9, I believe. Yes, it is episode 9. Once again, my name is Eddie Knight, hip hop artist and producer, and I'm just doing my part to help out the community. Anything I can do, any information that I get or have, I definitely always want to share that with y'all, man. Shout out to anybody watching on YouTube. Also, shout out to anybody listening to this on any of your DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank y'all for tuning in. Before I get into the website that I'm talking about today, guys, I also want to get into how the internet's changed over the last few years, man. I started making music in 2015, and it seemed like it was just so easy for records to catch. I say records like it's the 80s. It was so easy for my songs to catch steam back in 2015, even though that wasn't that long ago. That was just 5 years or 4.5 is from when I started making music. So it was just so much easier to catch steam with a record. It was like I remember dropping my first mixtape in 2015 called I Do It Better. And within the first 5 or 6 months, it had gotten 20,000 plays, and it had gotten like 250, not 250, it had got 2,500 downloads. And that was just in 5 or 6 months. And just to kind of put in perspective how like the algorithm has just changed things. Like I just put out an EP in January, early January, like January 6th, and it is only at 1,500 plays as a whole, which is not bad at all. But compared, even if it stayed on this 1,500 a month pace, by the same time that my other mixtape in 2015 had reached 20,000, this mixtape will have only reached about 5,000 plays or so. So it's just a lot harder for songs to pick up steam, especially in this world of playlist curators and things like that. If you're not getting picked up by those, it is really, really tough to only rely on that algorithm and your pre-existing fans to blow you up. But anyways, guys, let's get right into it and talk about the website that I'm speaking of today. And that website is called Submit Hub. I don't know if you ever heard of it. You may have not. It's a website that has a bunch of bloggers, YouTubers, internet radio stations, actual real, I don't want to say real, but actual, radio stations who do have a building and station on air. Also, I don't know if I said YouTubers. It has YouTubers, Spotify curators, Apple Music curators, all different types of things like that for you to have access to. It's also a large library of social media influencers as well. And everything that I just mentioned are going to be great avenues for you to promote your music to people, and definitely avenues that you want to take advantage of. And we're always looking for those avenues, and we never really know how to approach those. Well, now Submit Hub has made it so easy for you to do. And I want to just start by saying this is not a paid ad. This is not they did not ask me to make this video or review this website. This is just something that I've used. And as far as Spotify goes, my music is on over 32 different playlists. Some from Submit Hub, some from just, people liking the music and putting it on themselves. But every playlist addition on Spotify definitely helps. So like I've said, man, the algorithms have really changed everything, man. And although there are not the typical gatekeepers in music like it used to be in the early 2000s where the labels just held all the power, it's definitely shifted. But now these new gatekeepers have come in, and these new gatekeepers are those playlist curators. So unless you have a lot of pre-existing fans who are going to automatically just stream your music on Spotify and Apple Music, it's going to be really hard to pick up some steam with your records. You're going to need that algorithm to work in your favor. And the best way to get those algorithms to work in your favor is to get playlisted. So on Submit Hub, you can go through and you can choose Spotify, Spotify playlist curators and Apple Music playlist curators and internet radio stations and things like that. And it'll actually show you beside their name how often they open song submissions. Some will be as low as 3%. Some will be as high as 35%. Some will be in that 20% range, and some may even be a little bit higher. Submit Hub normal is free. I think you get two, don't quote me on that, it's one or two. It's either one or two submissions a day for free if you're going to do the free Submit Hub version. You can do that every single day. Every morning you wake up, you can submit to one or two playlists, one or two internet radio stations, and that's just be an easy way to start your day and get the ball rolling on your singles or your project or your music that you have out. But one thing about the free version, guys, is they do not have to listen to it. Some still will, but once again, it's not guaranteed on the free version. Now, if you buy the premium credits on Submit Hub, they have to listen to 2 minutes of your song. And if they don't like it, they will give you feedback, which can be another great tool. Feedback is always great, especially feedback from people who we don't know. They don't know us. They don't have any personal connection to us. So it's no reason for them to lie to us and sugarcoat things. So that feedback can be really, really helpful, even if you don't get placed on one of these people's playlists. So if you want some guaranteed spins and you want some guaranteed looks on your music, the premium is the way to go. It's not very expensive at all. I have the Submit Hub link in the description of this podcast. Whether you're listening or watching, you can always go into that description and check out the pricing options for some premium credits. You can do a monthly thing, I believe, and you can also just pay per credit if you would like to do it that way and not be bound to a monthly payment. They let you know if you've been chosen, and once again, if they don't choose you on that premium, they will just give you feedback, and that's hard to come by. That good, honest feedback attached from people who you do not know at all. So that's a great thing. And I know you've seen those ads on Instagram and Facebook and sometimes even Twitter about people promising Spotify streams where you pay $10 and you're going to get 1,000 streams, or you pay $20 and they'll get you 20,000 streams. And that might be true, but all those streams are going to be from bots. Those aren't going to be real playlists. You go look at those playlists, they'll have 49,000 Spotify listeners and things like that. But they'll be getting songs like hundreds of thousands of plays, which just makes no sense. It just makes no sense at all. And those are usually fake 10 times out of 10. Because just because somebody follows a playlist doesn't mean that they're going to listen to your song. I follow plenty of playlists on Spotify, and there's plenty of playlists that I haven't listened to in months. You know what I mean? So they're guaranteeing fake bot streams, and these fake bot streams will hurt your account in the long run on Spotify. So do not buy those fake playlist promotion ads. They just will hurt you in the long run. They're not good for your account. Spotify may not take your account down, but they definitely know when you're getting fake streams, and they will punish you on the algorithm for that. So don't buy those fake streams. Don't buy those fake playlist placements. But anyways, like I was saying, you can also submit to influencers on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, people who have a large reach and people who can get your music out to more people. And that's one of the best ways to promote your music nowadays, because even if it's not organic, it seems the most organic out of all of the options when somebody's just playing your music while they're chilling on an Instagram video. And, you know, they may just do what they normally do on their Instagram video and say song by blank blank and tag you in that song. That one post can do so much for you on Instagram, but do so much for your song. It could, depending on who the influencer is, it could possibly give your song that spike that it needs. And every spike that we can get, especially talking Spotify, is going to help us with the Spotify algorithm. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, we just lost the video. Camera died. Sorry about that, guys. I'll just continue to do it audio only. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever, then you probably didn't notice anything going on. But it's all good. I just wanted to really share this Submit Hub with y'all because I know a lot of people have really just wanting to promote that music, and there's a lot of dope artists out there that just aren't getting heard. So you can take the power back into your own hands with Submit Hub. Once again, this is not a paid ad. This is not a paid promo. It's just something that I use and have worked for me in the past, and I wanted to share that with y'all. So look, if you really want to try out Submit Hub, go to the link in my description of this podcast, whether it's on YouTube or anywhere else. It'll be in the show notes, and you can go to Submit Hub and check it out today. Once again, there is a free version, so you can try this out for free. You don't have to pay any money, and you can just browse the site and see what you want to do. You can see all that they have to offer. Once again, my name is Eddie Knight, hip hop artist and producer. If you like this video, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you're listening on any of your podcast platforms, feel free to go ahead and leave a comment, whether you're on Apple Podcasts or whatever. Leave a comment, leave me a rating, follow me on there so you're notified when all my videos, all my podcasts drop. I'm going to be releasing one every other Monday as far as the audio goes, and every other Thursday as far as the video goes. But anyways, I'm Eddie Knight. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is For Artists by Artists, episode 9, and I'm out.